Deep inside a quiet forest, under skies filled with stars, lived a young fox named Firo. Firo was unlike any other fox. He wasn't satisfied with catching rabbits or stealing chickens. Every night, he would lie on a rock and stare at the sky, dreaming of catching a falling star. He believed that if he caught one, he would shine brighter than any creature in the world. The other animals mocked him, calling him the foolish fox who dreams of the sky. But Firo didn't care. He wanted to be special, not ordinary. One evening, as the moon glowed silver, an old owl named Orin flew down to talk to Firo. "Why do you chase stars, little one?" asked Orin gently. Firo replied proudly, "Because I want to be remembered. When others sleep, I'll shine forever." Dal smiled and said, "Stars are not meant to be owned. Firo, they guide us, they don't belong to us." But Firo's pride was stronger than his wisdom. "Then I will be the first to make them mine," he said. Orin sighed. "Be careful what you chase, for not all light brings warmth." One night, as the forest slept, a brilliant shooting star streaked across the sky. Firo gasped. It looked close. He ran through the woods, chasing its trail of fire and dust. He followed the glow until he reached a small clearing, where a faint sparkle lay in the grass. It wasn't a real star, just a glowing ember, still warm from its fall. Firo touched it and whispered, "You're mine now." For a brief moment, the glow reflected in his eyes, making him feel powerful and important. But soon, the ember dimmed, and the light died out. Firo's heart sank. "Why did it fade?" he muttered. A gentle voice in the wind replied, "Because stars don't live in cages." From that night on, Firo became obsessed. He stopped playing, stopped talking to anyone. His eyes were always fixed on the sky. He dug pits in the ground, set traps, and climbed trees trying to catch another star. Nights turned to weeks, weeks to months still. No star stayed with him. His beautiful orange fur became dull, his paws rough, and his eyes tired. The animals began avoiding him. They whispered, "He has lost his mind, chasing light." One evening, a gentle deer named Lyra approached him. She had known Firo when he was playful and kind. "Firo," she said softly, "you're fading away, chasing something you can't keep." He snapped back, "You wouldn't understand. You're happy eating grass and walking in herds. I want to be more." Lyra didn't argue. She looked at the stars and said, "Even stars fall, Firo, but not because they want to be caught. They fall to light up the dark." Her words lingered in Firo's heart, but pride wouldn't let him admit she was right. Months later, a great storm rolled across the forest. Lightning flashed, thunder roared, and the wind howled through the trees. As Firo watched from his cave, he saw something incredible. A cluster of 5 shooting stars streaking across the stormy sky. "This is my chance," he shouted, and ran out into the storm. Rain soaked his fur, but he didn't care. His eyes burned with determination. The stars seemed to crash near the mountain ridge beyond the forest. Firo climbed higher and higher, lightning lighting up his path. The rocks were slippery, and the cold wind cut through his fur. When he finally reached the top, he saw a crater filled with glowing stones, pieces of a fallen star. Stepped closer, eyes wide with wonder. "I did it! The stars are mine!" But as he touched them, they burned his paws. The light was too powerful. He screamed in pain and stumbled backward. One glowing stone rolled down the mountain and fell into the river below, vanishing forever. Firo sat there trembling, watching the rain wash away the stardust. The sky cleared, and the clouds drifted apart, revealing countless twinkling stars above. For the first time, he realized something. No matter how many stars he caught, the sky would always have more. He could never own their light, because their beauty came from being shared, not taken. A single tear rolled down his cheek. "I've been chasing the wrong dream," he whispered. The next morning, the forest animals saw Firo again, but he was different. His fur glowed faintly in the sunlight, his eyes calm instead of wild. Instead of chasing stars, he started helping others find their way at night. Lost fireflies, young rabbits, wandering birds. Firo became their guide, using his keen eyes and memory of the sky. Who would tell stories of stars to young animals, teaching them what he had learned. Stars are not treasures to keep, their teachers to follow. Slowly, the forest began to admire him again, not for his pride, but for his wisdom and kindness. One peaceful night, Firo sat by the river, gazing up like he once did as a young dreamer. Suddenly, a single star shot across the sky, brighter and slower than any before. It landed gently in the river, glowing softly instead of burning. Firo walked close but didn't try to catch it. Instead, he bowed his head and whispered, "Thank you for coming to visit." The star's reflection shimmered on the water, as if smiling, and then faded away. Firo realized that the light had never truly left him. It had just found a new home inside his heart. Years passed, and Firo became known as the Fox of the Stars. Animals from distant lands came to hear his stories and see the glowing pattern on his fur that looked like constellations. He taught young ones to dream, but also to stay humble. When he grew old, he climbed the same rock where he once watched the sky as a young fox. He looked up one last time and said softly, "That night, a bright star appeared in the sky, one that sparkled with a golden-orange hue." The animals believed it was Firo, finally among the stars, not as their owner, but as their friend. 12. The moral of the story: true light doesn't come from what you take, it comes from what you share. Chasing fame or glory may make you shine for a moment, but helping others will make your light last forever. Even the brightest stars fall not to be owned, but to inspire hearts that still look up to the sky.